You asked for it, you got it.
Cul-de-sac, boys. Oh, shit.
What's going on?
What's good, everybody? It is the Cul-de-sac boys. We back today. We got a special guest.
What
You
up?
know, shout out to boy Memo. We got Lionel, Ricky,
What up?
Eric. Toxic Tony could not be here today, but
He has COVID again.
he got
Bro,
COVID. So praise for him.
He goes to the gym every fucking day.
He's vaccinated.
Triple vaccinated,
Boosted.
boosted, and he's had it 5 times.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yes.
And then on top of that, his mom don't let him leave.
No.
He's all quarantined.
And he's 24 years old.
Memo.
Dice, no salgas, stay in the house. You better not go outside.
You can't go with your friends.
Yeah, we got Memo here today. He's gonna talk to us about what he does. Well, what do you say? What you do, dude?
So I am a loan officer. I help people get mortgage loans to buy houses. I help them get ready to buy a house if they're not ready to buy a house too. So that's
So
what I do.
like a credit repair shit, or more like
More like I'll set up a plan with you if you don't qualify to get a house right now. Kind of put in motion something that'll make you qualify, down the line.
That's cool.
Cool. Here at Cul-de-sac Boys, we care about the people's futures. Whether it's 3 people, 10 people that pay attention. And so we're gonna be asking them questions of how you can make your future brighter, right?
That's right. That's right.
or you can get a loan.
How you can get a
Home
loan?
loan. You only do home loans, or like if I go in for like $100 to a payday loan or something? Or just...
I mean, no, we just do home loans.
Don't ask him to borrow $100.
I was about to burn him.
I was like, I got 100 to borrow.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
That's cool, dude.
I actually, I wanted to talk about bankruptcy because, it's actually a little funny,
Okay.
Before I get into that, do you guys know that Vegas takes everything on credit card? Like, everybody there takes a credit card. Like, all the drug dealers, the strippers, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they all take credit cards, bro.
Why would you say that right before you talk about bankruptcy?
Because I would just put everything on the credit card for like 50,000. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't pay all that shit back.
As a loan officer, I'm gonna advise against that. Please be careful with your credit, guys.
Yeah.
Don't listen to this guy.
I went raised, bro, like 50 G's. I was having a good ass time. And then when I was done, I was leaving. I was like, yeah, let me get the bill. What the fuck?
Put it on the credit card. Fuck it, huh? Nah.
Worry about it later. Hey, that's the bank's fault, bro. They could look at you and be like, I ain't letting this for 50 grand.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
Memo.
Yes.
A quick question.
Yes.
What about the people who do want to do that though? Who don't give a fuck about owing 200 grand? They just live a crazy life and then go bankrupt. Is that possible?
I mean, I'm not too much of a bankruptcy expert, but from what I know, it basically erases debt that you have. However, there's other implications, like down the line, you might have to wait to qualify to get a house or things like that. I mean, it's just better to try to live within your means as best as possible, I mean,
Trailita living. Trailita go bankrupt. You live the crazy life.
Everywhere, bro.
Dude, I filed bankruptcy. It's not that bad, cuz.
Really?
6 months later, they're already sending you credit card applications.
Start you off at 800.
Yeah.
400, but you have to pay like 200 a year to have it.
Yeah.
whether you use it or not.
Yeah.
That's
Just
cool.
membership fee.
That's cool.
But yeah, your credit gets better like in 6 years.
Dude, I remember when I was 18, the bank account, I had a bank account with, Wells Fargo. And as soon as I opened my bank account, they offered me a $10,000 line of credit, right? So I was like, no, I don't need that. But the guys were salesmen, and they definitely sold me on it.
Yeah.
So that's a very dangerous situation. You guys got to be careful with, like, free money, because it's not really free.
Yeah. Like
Nothing's free, huh?
Nothing's
Hell
really free.
no.
Like,
They talk you like, oh, look at that motorcycle I passed by. Well, with this loan, personal loan at 18% fucking interest.
They have a guy waiting on the corner. Go.
Yeah, pass.
You could be that guy.
Bump it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. And now, like, they go.
Dude, that can be you.
Dude, you go to the stereo shop. Oh, we'll loan you money for your system. Oh, you go to the rim shop. We'll loan you up to $10,000 for a set of rims. Like, everybody's.
But then the
fucking-
interest is where they get
Yeah, but
you.
they don't give a fuck. They're like, oh, fuck it. These fucking young kids are like, $10,000 rims, $200 a month. I could do that. Like,
when you
what
do the
the
math,
fuck?
though, you gotta make sure that you do the math because it won't be 10,000
No,
after you're done.
they tell you. It's like the Rent-A-Center shit that says like
Bro,
$15
they got
a
me.
week.
They got me, bro, over there at Aaron's. Oh, hell nah.
Who's that?
You
Some
look
burger-
like
Yeah,
Aaron's
you know that,
customer.
you know
with-
that fool Aaron?
No.
It's a store, bro. And I got a PS4, PS3. PS3.
On credit?
This was back in the day, when PS3 was up there.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
streets, they were like $300 to $400. And right there, you could just go put $100, walk away with it. Bro, by the time I was done paying it, I paid like $900 for a PS3, bro. Or I could have bought one on the streets with games and control for like $300. Yeah,
Not
and
bad.
I paid like almost $1,000 for that thing.
Yeah.
Like I was so pissed off, but I couldn't break it. I already bought it. Like,
You have to keep paying, and see, that's the thing. I mean, it's a good idea to start your credit, but definitely within your means. Don't go out after those $10,000 rims. Get a credit card and just use it responsibly. That's definitely enough to build your credit up. Some people think, oh, to have good credit, I have to have a $10,000 credit card. No, it's not really about that because they look at more like your payment history, whether you pay on time, and the usage of it too. You don't want to max out credit cards. Definitely just keep it at an amount where you could just pay it off at the end of the month if possible. Not that.
yeah, no, I was
$50,000 rate.
maxing out.
He's
Like,
like,
swipe.
And they was tripping, because I was in the Gucci store, like, man, what I'm saying? Like, you want one item and it was over.
in Vegas, you could give them your credit card, and then they'll give you cash. Fool.
Oh shit! Pull money out of the credit.
Yeah,
card.
they'll pull cash out of their credit card. They charge you like $75, then you go put $1,000. They make you sign a paper and all kinds of shit.
And they'll just swipe
Thanks,
it like
man.
a transaction. But they'll charge you for that.
Like it's like
too.
$150 if, depending like how much you pull out.
And
dude.
then if you don't pay it back at the end of the month, then you got interest on that.
And that's a cash advance loan. After that,
So what's your main hustle? How you get your money?
Yeah,
That's what we
well, I
wanna
mean,
know, right?
basically as a loan officer, I have people call me and they want to know if they qualify to buy a house. If someone probably saved up, a couple $1,000 and they're like, am I ready to buy a house? So they'll contact me first, or they'll contact the real estate agent, and then we'll just get them ready to buy a house. We'll talk to them about the market situation, what would make their offer a strong offer, that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's what I do.
Now, what's like a good amount to buy a house?
What do you what do you mean? Amount?
Yeah, you said like people will save up, this many thousand.
Yeah, he's
Like,
saying
how much
10
is like a good amount?
like
to
a
be?
10% would be good, huh?
Yeah, I mean, whenever whenever you're gonna have a loan, you're gonna have your down payment amount, which basically is deducted from the purchase price of the house. After that, you have closing costs, and then you have upfront costs, which means you pay your taxes up front, you pay your home insurance up front. So I mean, even though you're gonna get a loan where you have to have 3% down to get the loan, you still want to factor in maybe another 2 or 3% just to include all that closing.
And it lowers
costs.
your whole payment.
Yeah, well, see, only the 3% would go towards the loan amount, and all of that would be on paper. But basically, about 6%. But there's also down payment assistance programs. So I've seen people come in with very little money down.
Damn.
So what you do, you're basically like a middleman finding these people, or you're
finding
basically
these banks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
seeing who would do what for who. You're basically like
Right. Well, see, the whole ¿cómo se llama? I'm in this business and I can't think of the word real estate, right? So the whole real estate industry is, governed by the state or whatnot. Basically, like barbers, they got to get their license. So real estate agents got to get their license. Loan officers got to get their license. Back in the day, it was a little bit different when people were be able to get like loans with variable rates. It was a different lifetime, but adjustable rates, dude.
2008.
2008-ish, so that doesn't happen anymore, really. So we just really work with fixed rate loans. So basically what I did first was I took a class to be able to take a test, to then pass the test. So now I have my mortgage originator license, and then I started working with the company, and basically it's like definitely it's a sales position because you don't get paid unless you start closing loans. but at the same time, you're definitely helping people.
So you get
achieve
paid by
dreams.
how much you close.
Exactly.
So you could cash out crazy.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a very lucrative business, and if anybody out there ever thinks of like doing it, hit me up because I'll be happy to kind of tell you what you got to do to
You
get
teach
there.
classes and stuff, or just one-on-ones, or
One-on-ones. I could do one-on-ones. I could definitely just put you on the path, and it's definitely up to you after that because that's how I got put on. I was working at Bank of America. I had a pretty decent job, so then I was like, man, I could buy a house. So I started talking to this loan officer. Shout out Ray Herrera. He was like, "Hey, what's up, dude?"
Shout out. Hey, Ray. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Ray? He was like, "Hey, dude," because I was like in my uniform for the bank. I was wearing a tie and a suit and tie. He's like, "Hey, man, I feel like you could be a good loan officer. Come on board." But that's what he said. Come on board. So then that opened up my mind. Like, damn, I could do this. Started looking into it. Definitely, like maybe a year later, because it's. You started from the ground, right?
yeah.
So then I finally got my license, hit him up, started doing loans, and that's how I started doing this basically. Yeah. It's definitely been cool. After that, I started working with Anthony Gonzalez too. So shout out Anthony Gonzalez too.
Shout out Anthony.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
We did his house that he had in Visalia.
Yeah.
Down, you think he sold it?
Okay, yeah.
We did a lot of work for Anthony Gonzalez too.
He's a cool dude, and like I said, so that was my next move, and that's where we're at right now. So definitely, it's a very very rewarding business to be in from my point of view.
You have like houses? You have a bunch of houses, or what's your,
No, I don't have a bunch of houses right now. I mean, I've been doing this for about 3 years.
Okay.
And then, but I did buy a property 2018.
Mm-hmm.
I was fortunate enough to get a home. Shout out Sergio Gonzalez.
Yeah, shout out Sergio.
Yes,
Shout out Sergio. What's up, man?
Sergio. Fuck, that's not his last name.
Guzman.
Sergio Guzman.
Hey, what up, Sergio? What up, man?
Guzman Investments.
Guzman Investments. Yeah, Sergio Guzman.
Does it have to do anything with El Chapo?
El Chapo, no, I don't know if they're related or not. Maybe, I'm not sure.
They say if you have the same last name, you're eventually related down the line. Where
Maybe.
did it start?
It could be, ¿cómo se dice? Arroz del mismo costal or something like that, right?
Arroz con leche?
Piece of the same pot.
Arroz con pollo.
Arroz con pollo or
Arroz y frijoles.
pollito con papas.
Hold on that low income shit, like
Yeah.
does your credit score have to be super good to qualify for low income, or do you know like how
For
much?
the down payment assistance?
Yeah, well, I know there's USDA. Do you guys match for USDA? or-
USDAs are loans that people could come in with like 0% down, but they're just very strict with the debt to income ratios to actually qualify for one of those, to where they have to have a house that's kind of lower than the prices that are out there right now.
Oh, so there's
Yeah.
no ball. That's what a lot of them say, like no USDA.
Yeah, it's
loans.
just it's
They'll low ball them, huh?
yeah. So I mean, I'm not saying that it's not a good option, but it's just very specific. Sometimes it works, and you also got to make sure that the house is in a USDA zone. So I mean, once you talk to a loan officer, he'll be able to guide you more specifically on what kind of loan you could get.
That's tight. The other one with the down payment assistance, what's like the credit, like kind of like if you have 600, 650 credit score, you're good, or
Like 650 and above.
and they help you. Does you have to make less than a certain amount a year, or
Yeah, the income limit's about 124,000. So
fuck, for
yeah.
the whole family?
Yeah, for the household, whoever's gonna be on the loan.
Can you help ET get a pad?
We probably
His
could.
credit
Yeah.
score is -3.
-3. Dang, we have to get him some credit cards or something. Fix his
Yeah.
credit first.
Well, you don't have an ID.
You could probably get him a
Oh
trash can
yeah,
reveal.
yeah. Because I remember you were saying something about first you got to get all these licenses. Like I can't even get my driver's license. You know what I'm saying?
La licencia de Dios.
Like, bruh, hey, come on. I need some work, though.
So how
You
you
know what I'm
know that?
And he
saying?
got a Cash App card, and he thought he could run it up.
Yeah, I do got the Cash App card, and actually, I finally, bro, for the first time, I'm banking now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out. Hey.
Banking is important.
Hey, shout out to Green Dot, you know what I mean? It's a reloadable card, you know what I mean?
It's a prepaid card.
Yeah, it's a prepaid card.
yeah.
It's good.
That's a Walmart shit,
It's
no?
good. Yeah,
Hey,
it's
you
a
gotta
Walmart
start
shit.
somewhere. You gotta
Yeah.
You could send money
Hey,
from like
it's
Walmart
crazy.
to
They got my
Walmart.
name
It's
on it and
crazy.
everything, bro. Like I get my direct deposit through there. Like
Dope,
I got my banking routing number. Like
There's
I
a lot
got,
of people
it's
that
an
already
online
go
bank.
down.
Think
You
about
know?
it, when the banks go bankrupt or steal everybody's money, yours will know.
Yeah,
Don't be
mine's
safe.
like legit online, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, is that
and it's
one-
cool because they ain't asking me for my ID.
Oh,
you know what
that's
I'm
what I was
saying?
gonna say. They
They
don't
wanted
have
my
to-
social and information and fucking.
Like I have
but
none
it's-
of that.
It's cool. It's like a legit bank. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah.
Like,
Hell yeah.
It don't sound too legit. You need a social.
I got a
Sounds
chip
kinda
on my
sketch.
card, got my name on it. You know, I got my pin. I'm cool,
What's the
man.
fit?
Oh shit.
So on the note of buying a house, right? Hypothetically speaking,
Yeah.
if I wanted to buy a house,
Yeah.
what would be the first steps to take?
You wanna. Let me see here. The first step, definitely talk to a loan officer or talk to somebody who you know is a real estate agent. They can refer you to a loan officer. And then they're going to pretty much break it down specifically what the first step for each person would be. Because it is very specific, but sometimes it's saving money. Sometimes it's working on your credit. Sometimes it's working on paying off your debt. It could be working on your work history, making sure you have that, work history, making sure you have your income. Sometimes, or self-employed people, right? I mean, Uncle Sam, like, you take enough of our money, you feel me? So everybody's like, oh, sorry, I didn't make that much money. So definitely there's like a way that a first step for a self-employed person would be talk to a loan officer, and they could see where you are to kind of help you where you need to be if you're not there yet.
So if you have no debt,
Right.
and you're ready to go,
Yeah.
like you already got your loan. Let's say the loan is for about $300,000.
Right. Uh-huh.
And you have no debt except for a school loan. It's
Right.
considered debt.
Right, but you
coffee-
qualify for 300,000 anyways, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the first step is to get a real estate agent who's gonna be able to help you find that house that you wanna actually use as much of that loan for as
Whatever you can. You don't have to use the whole 300.
But how much
Yeah.
percent interest?
yeah. What's the interest rate? Or
Yeah, because they're giving you 300,000. Don't think it's just.
Yeah.
What's the interest?
But do you think it's better just to wait right now? If you're in a good situation? Because right now, obviously, markets peak because it's a pattern, right?
Right.
So right now, we've been peaking too
Right.
fucking long,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, well, see, and you've seen that recently because right before COVID, like even mid 2020 and late 2019, even into 2021, rates were definitely lower than they are now. You've definitely seen a half point increase, just kind of like, maybe it's just the time now that, the market's kind of bouncing back out. But I mean, with everything going on, it's definitely going to be interesting how it plays off in the whole.
By the end of the year, we'll be looking a little different, right?
Exactly.
But
So,
someone said in real estate you don't wait.
and that's my point of view. Why? Because even if you buy, I mean, when you buy, you could always refinance. If the rates are lower, your property is definitely going to appreciate, which means it's going to increase in value. So selling it would always be like an option. Some people see a home as like a piggy bank because you're making that mortgage payment, but at the same time, when you're done making that payment, that
It's
property
coming
is
back.
yours.
Yeah.
You could sell
And
it. You could pull money out.
It's better than having it in a savings account that's 0.01%. Inflation
yeah.
goes up higher than the rates that the banks give you for having it.
Exactly, definitely.
Yeah.
it's
What do you
definitely a
think,
savings
E.T.?
account.
Oh man, that's crazy. You said something about Uncle Sam. Who's Uncle Sam?
I mean, el tío
Like
Sam,
your Uncle Sam's taking too much money?
USA.
That's the
Uncle
tax
Sam.
guy.
Hey, bro, how long has it
okay.
been since you did your taxes, E.T.?
He's never
It's
done
been
it.
like 6 years.
Can
bro,
you help him
since
with
I
that?
did- Yeah, can you help me with
Tax
that,
guy?
bro?
I
Like,
mean, you could just use TurboTax. It's probably
but
But
you
for
said
6
that.
years?
Oh no, I mean.
And then you said something about
No,
paying
no.
debt.
Well,
Like,
they probably owe him like 30 grand right now, and this guy doesn't even know, dude.
All the stimmies or what?
Damn.
bro,
No, but all the tax, he
I have
has 6
kids.
kids.
Oh hell yeah, dog.
He's being, dude.
Cheaper by the
All you have to
dozen.
make is $5 grand. They already probably gave you 10 grand that year, fool.
Bro.
Oh, report some money on it.
It's a savings, cuz. Pull it out.
Kid,
Well, this-
I knew some Mexican dudes that him and his wife wouldn't do their taxes for like 5 years because when they pay you, you have like 5 years to do it. And they'll do it in 5 years, and then 5 years later, they did it again. They saved them, did it twice, and they bought a ranch cash.
Damn, that's.
See, you could get all the rest.
And it was like
smart.
$300,000
Yeah?
because it was
I'm
almost
fucking
like
up, huh?
18 grand.
Oh, and they pay you interest too, huh?
Hey, can you help
I
me?
don't know.
Like, can you help me?
With taxes, bro. I mean, I don't have my tax, certification or whatnot.
That's okay.
Go to H&R Block, bro.
We don't gotta tell nobody, man.
We don't gotta- I mean,
Well, what about your Uncle Sam? Can he help us?
we gotta send him a letter. We gotta send him a letter and see what he says.
Like, can we go talk to Uncle Sam?
Hey, is it
Like,
Yosemite
knock on
Sam's
his door.
cousin?
I think they're related. The uncle part.
Hey, but all right.
Ah, man.
Let's say you cash out, bro. You party or what? Like, how you gonna do? Like, I know you get some good money when you get that big check. You party or what?
Nah, I mean, I'm.
And
I'm
don't
not
lie,
a-
bro, because there's
Yeah,
people that know you.
yeah.
There's
Because he's
people-
right there like,
I party hard with the seltzer water.
That's
you
right,
feel
look
me?
at-
We
yeah.
just cheering it up. You
Yeah,
know?
cheese, good.
Yeah.
Cheers over there
Kicking back.
too.
Carbonated.
Carbonated, that's what we need.
Hey, what? Yeah, I saw a picture on
Carbonated
Instagram.
hops.
You had a Beamer that. What was? There was.
Oh,
a,
that's
Was
whenever.
that yours?
No, that was whenever I started doing the loan officer stuff with Ray Herrera. That's his Beamer, and we were in Vegas, so we were just cruising around, and then we just took a picture.
What
and
Beamer
posted
was
it.
that? Is that the electric one?
It's like the 8i or the
The
i8.
fucking doors, fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, the
it's
IRS.
I'm not sure which one. Yeah, that's the one.
All right,
Yeah.
so how hard have you partied, bro?
I mean, in my college years, I probably did some hard partying.
Yeah. Hold on. You can't pass that. Like, where?
San Jose State.
Hey. Shout out, San
Shout
Ho.
out,
You
San
know
Ho,
what I mean?
shout out to all the Gamma, shout out to all the bros over there. What up?
Oh, you were in a frat? We seen American Pie. What'd you have to do to get in that motherfucker?
Dude, I mean that's
Like 5 pies.
five
Talk
five
about
pies
it,
before.
kid.
What'd you have to do to
midnight.
get in that frat, real quick?
No, I mean,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
You can't rat on your brothers, fool.
Yeah, that's
You
what I was
can't
gonna say. I don't
shit.
think
Oh,
you can talk
you're not
about
allowed to
it.
say it?
You're not allowed to say it.
Is that a rule?
you know what I'm saying. No,
You're not saying nothing.
I know. Wait, what are you saying? What are you saying?
No, I mean, what was it, Ricky? Again, what was it? You can't talk about it. Or
Oh, you
something?
plead the fifth.
Oh, okay. Is that really a
I
thing?
plead the fifth.
There you
Four is
go.
like a
It's
gang.
just, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing
Keep
out
that
of the
shit.
ordinary. The movies definitely make it seem like this crazy thing, but it's just think about it of like joining some kind of organization. So even when you got a job, you have to do certain things to be able to get that job first. So
Yeah.
right now you're
Hey,
OG
like,
already?
like mushrooms in your
that's right, I'm
butt.
a OG.
You're an OG? Yeah.
I'm an alumni. I graduated already. It's been years.
But do you have to go back to the turf and show your face or not?
I can. I mean, definitely. We come back and say what's up to everybody.
Hey, did you gotta put like mushrooms in your butt?
Probably
Hey,
no.
you
no.
guys had a fucking house, a big ass house and
Frat
shit,
house?
or
No,
was it?
No, we didn't have a big house. There was just like some bros would live together, and that was always the
party
kicking
house.
spot, the kicking
Yeah,
spot.
Dunk, huh?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
you remember there was a house called La Sucia. There was one called The Palms, and then there was the G House. So yeah, dude, there was definitely fun times back then.
That's tight.
Hell yeah,
That's
dude.
cute.
You get that gangster, like, feeling you're with your crew. You had to do
It's,
something to get it, but you're not really a gangster.
It's an academic
But you're
fraternity.
gangster.
You're a part of a crew. That's
You're
your
part of a
brotherhood.
crew. They're definitely.
What
gonna
were they
back
called
you
again?
up. Gamma Zeta Alpha.
Alpha
Oh.
Omega?
No.
They're all Greek.
ET's from
Greek people?
Alpha Master Beta.
Oh, man.
What'd you get at school? What'd you go to school for?
The plan originally was to be a teacher, so I did a liberal arts degree, and it was just like I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I felt like I needed to graduate college in 4 years, so I did it in 5. Got out, and then I started working at a company, and then I started at a rental car company, and then I started at the bank.
Commission work.
Yeah, basically commission work.
Hey, you look like a teacher, bro. Like a little gym teacher.
I did some
PE,
subbing.
PE.
I did some subbing. Yeah, dude. The kids would they thought I was like their age because I've never really had a beard, so they were like, "This fool, who the heck is this fool?" You know.
They weren't listening.
So sometimes they try to get out of line, but I'd be like, "All right, you know what? Just wait for me outside. Get outside."
Hey, kids
And I
could
just
be
get in
mean,
line.
huh?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
To each other.
They hurt your
especially.
feelings?
What grade?
No,
What
to each
grade?
other.
What grade?
I stuck to high school mostly, man.
High school?
I did a lot of subbing at JJ's too. Shout out
that's
to
hard.
JJ's. Yeah.
He graduated from JJ.
Yeah,
You don't remember this?
Citrus.
Citrus in
It's a
Porterville?
continuation to
Yeah.
Porterville.
Yeah, and I mean it was cool because I mean I feel like the high school kids you could talk to them more like direct, like this is what you
Man to
gotta
man
do.
shit?
Yeah, like.
Hey,
like,
but they be getting pissed sometimes too, huh?
Yeah, but yeah, dude.
Or
Sometimes
that
it
was
just
only
kinda-
me.
I mean, some people just get rubbed the wrong way. It's just inevitable sometimes. But as a teacher, you just gotta keep it cool. Like
There's
I mean,
problems at the home, bro. They're
Yeah,
bringing all
like
that
his
shit.
dad left him. You know what I mean?
Some teachers
His
that
dad left his family. You know what I'm saying? Being abused.
You ever thought of
He went to
that?
get cigarettes and never came back.
and some teachers that get rubbed the wrong way go to jail.
Oh,
Oh, that's crazy how all these
hey,
teachers
no
getting
cap
caught.
for
That's
real,
crazy,
dude.
huh? Like,
Dude.
well, how's that even cool? Like, that's a little ass 15-year-old boy. What you doing with him? Because it's mostly girls.
If it was your son, would you call the cops?
No.
I'd be like, hell yeah, son.
Hey, son, what the fuck?
There was never
How come
hot
you don't like his
teachers.
daddy? What's wrong with his dad?
There was never hot teachers, bro.
I know.
Wait a minute. At our high school?
Yeah.
There was a couple, bro.
Which
You
one?
don't remember?
I'm off camera.
Hey,
I know they've seen me in other episodes,
I
but
went
Miss
to a
Shira was
continuation
bomb.
school. Like, my shit, I had
What?
a ugly old ass teacher.
Respect, Mr. Gonzalez. You got one.
I'm out. Oh, fuck. You think you're going to go there? No, but that's
Hey,
crazy,
okay,
bro. I
I'm
seen.
gonna shout out Miss Flowers if you guys remember Miss Flowers, English
Oh,
teacher.
yeah, she had an S10. A lowered one.
She
A
had a
green
lowered-
one.
Nah.
She was a pretty lady.
Hey, and back in the day, those S10s, Lord, like that was the year. You know what I mean? Like fucking
Well, they're 92, eh?
18. No, it was like probably 2003.
2000s, yeah.
Yeah, dude, 2002, 2003, where
That
the
was brand new.
S10s came out that year, 99. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
that
that
was
shit had a new car of the year, Lord, and
She was
shit. Like,
young, too.
Hey, speaking of high school, what kind of person were you in high school?
I don't know, dude. I mean, I remember we were just kicking it with the primos, basically. We just had a few primos. That's who we hung out with. Played sports and just.
It was like a fucking, it was like a quinceañera at fucking school because everybody, it was not a lot of people, so everybody fucking just kicked it.
Everybody
together.
was cool with each other. Everybody said what's up to each other. It was different back then, especially with no social media, right?
Yeah,
We-
like my kid,
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, who's that kid? I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? He's like, well, I don't know who he is. And like when we're there, like all that.
Everybody
fucking Thomas,
knew
or
everybody.
But how
that
many
fucking
students
Memo.
is there at high school now compared to back
Yeah.
then?
and
that's
it
true.
Back then it was like 350.
maybe.
Well,
yeah.
that was my class ranking, so
Yeah.
it was like at least
You know,
370.
like,
You
think
know,
about
yeah,
it.
close to that.
Hey, remember like the Jefferson when it was all dirt right there at the corner? Like, look at
I
that.
remember
It's all
that.
nice now, little roundabout. Like,
Yep.
the times have changed, bro.
Oh, you remember
Lindsay's
where that was
growing,
dirt?
bro. Like, it's getting so big.
That's what's. I remember when Burger King was there.
Oh,
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
that? Back when we were like in third
There-
grade.
there was no
playing
car
soccer.
wash, there was
No
nothing,
car
man.
wash.
Throwback,
Damn.
dude. Lindsay boy for sure, dude. We grew up
The
here.
old Willies, remember? Damn.
Hey, you know what I was trying to do? I'm trying to get this wall from the neighbor. I already talked to him. He's down to let us paint it. But you guys remember that old mural behind Willie's with the bomb and all that?
Oh, that Victor
Oh,
did?
no.
Trying to
which
have,
one?
yeah, it was
Oh,
like
yeah,
an orange
Victor
bomb,
Cervantes.
Yeah.
and there was the OG driving, and it had like a bunch of like nopales and shit like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to get that
Shout out.
repainted
Yeah,
again.
Whoa,
like
That would be
would
sick
be
as
crazy.
fuck.
Shout out Victor Cervantes. That's
Shout out, homie.
Yeah.
He's the one who did that?
Yeah.
In my alley.
Shout
he
out
had the-
Victor, bro.
For sure, he had the Virgen de Guadalupe painted in my alley, and that
Yes,
one,
sir.
it was like a garage.
Oh,
or somebody.
okay. On that little, it was that white thing. No,
It was like
what was
a-
that?
like
Like that
a-
well, like.
It was like a little shed for a house, but basically it was like the,
Yeah, it
the
was just a
fence,
sidewall.
and that was a sidewall up to the alley. So people would tag and then one time he just posted up and painted Virgen de Guadalupe on there, and people like laid off for a long
They
time.
respected it. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
but
respected it
that's
after that.
fucking badass, fool. Hey, do you think
hey.
he has portraits of that shit? That's why this fucking
I
digital
don't
shit
know, bro.
sucks, bro.
Yeah.
Like, pictures from that era that the film got developed at fucking Rite Aid, those pictures are fucking.
But that's
way
the thing
different,
that
bro.
he knows what he painted, and we all know. So even if it's more modern, it's the same idea, you know.
Yeah.
Even if
No,
it's
but just
like
pictures of that side building, fucking
Hey, I wonder
with an
if
old
he's-
ass car parked right there.
I wonder if he's around and maybe would want to be down there.
My brother
to do
told
it.
me.
he's around,
Yeah,
he's around.
for
You know
sure.
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
We
That
did a
would be-
paint night
Oh,
with
you
him.
know
what?
him?
Yeah.
We did
Yeah,
a paint
we-
night
oh,
with him not too long
shit.
ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
we know.
Yeah.
Say corn dog in English.
In
Spanish.
Spanish, yeah.
My bad.
Nah, it's pan con Winnie.
It's pan cogido, fool. 'Cause they put the weenie in the bread.
I've heard them called banderitas.
For real?
Yeah,
That
corn
sounds
dogs.
like flag, little flag.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was tripping out. But then you go and you
What's
ask for
the
it,
other
and
word?
they hand you a corn dog.
What?
Yeah,
Hey, don't you
banderitas.
strip out on Spanish? How it's like that?
It's definitely a different language, dog.
It sounded better.
Hey,
pan
but
con
it's not like
Winnie.
from Spain. Spain Spanish is different, huh?
You call that castellano or something?
I just call it different
Ooh.
Spanish.
It's just the
The
Spanish.
real Spanish.
The real Spanish.
But there's a lot of Spanish, you know, like Portugal también.
Pupitre.
Well, they speak Portuguese over there.
Yeah, that's different. Like Brazilian.
Doesn't it sound like Spanish though? Don't it, sound like
does sound like
Spanish?
Spanish though.
Right?
It's,
Yeah.
it's almost.
So close.
Dude,
And-
English is the only one that's kind of different than any other language.
Yeah.
No.
And
Yeah.
even
What
even
about the
from
rich
England,
English?
What would you say?
You know,
English
like
from England.
It's
or,
different?
or
It's totally
Irish. Irish sounds like English.
It is English, right?
You know, just with the accent though. They got an accent.
No, I don't know. Is it?
Yeah,
I've never been there.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. You know, normally he asks the questions.
All right.
I'm
What about
asking a
people
little
in
bit of
London?
questions.
What about people in London?
They speak English.
They speak English, but they speak English unless you watch that movie Snatch, where he goes. I thought you
What?
guys didn't-
Snatch?
Yeah.
right? With
They're
the
gypsies.
Why would you name a movie Snatch?
Dude, that's a good movie.
Snatch?
see that there you go. It's a difference in English.
Hey, yeah, I'm gonna put that on my YouTube.
They'll be
Snatch.
like-
It's on
See
the,
what pops up.
No, because he snatched in England English means like to grab, to like snatch.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? So we're over here thinking like, ooh,
Ah.
snatch. what's
Hey, in the
up?
hood, in the snatch, that
We're
means
talking
something
about the
else.
movie, bro.
That is the movie.
We talking about the
Oh.
hood, bro.
I
Yeah.
don't-
Don't say snatch around here, like.
Hey, all right, speaking of Spanish, like, you know, the American dream, bro. What was your dream? Did you ever have a dream, or was it to be what you are right now?
I mean, I never really thought of myself as a loan officer when I was gonna be an adult, but it's definitely something that I see that this is where I have to be right now. You know? I gotta be here right now, so I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna keep helping people, and just you gotta stay fluid. You know, you gotta be ready for whatever may come your way. So
But as a dream, like, you ever had a dream? What was your dream as a kid? What did you want to be?
dude, I feel like honestly,
Soccer
I
player.
feel like a soccer player. I wanted to be el centro de Mexico. No.
You're in the Centro Valle now?
Centro
Fuck, you got
Valle.
close.
Lucha libre.
Lucha libre. Well, I mean, dreams. I mean, you know, as a kid, you grew up and I loved history, right? So you look at the history books and you see the pictures of all these cool places, the pyramids and that
They
kind
lied
of
to
stuff.
me.
You know, one thing that, yeah, so I mean, they're there. I don't know. What do you mean they lied? I don't know.
Yeah, what do you mean?
What do you mean they
A
lied?
history
the
book?
history books.
Yeah, history books are definitely their own opinion, but I'm saying like of physical places, you know, because you were like, what's your dream? I mean, as a kid, I was definitely like, man, I want to go there, I want to go here, and I want to go. And I feel like I've done a few of those things. So yeah, you know, the American dream, and you know, it has been thanks to this job that I've gotten. So yeah, it's you know. The American dream every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
for
because
sure.
when you're like when I was younger, I wanted to be a cop, but then you start doing different jobs or whatever, and then you start changing what you want to do.
Because you would have to arrest all your close
No, it's
people.
just you start learning shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just
Me too,
Yeah,
me too.
you start to have a different points of
yeah.
view.
You realize like fuck no, that job fucking sucks. Or like fuck, and you see they have to always work. That shit
Yeah.
sucks.
They always have to be on duty.
Yeah, Christmas, fucking
Yeah.
New Year's
that's
for
crazy.
sure, because it's the craziest Super Bowl. Fucking, you're gonna have to fucking work.
Yeah, you know, and like how you say, like right now, you feel like you just have to be where you have to be and shit. Like I work at a liquor store, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I gotta be there. You
You're
know what I'm
behind,
saying?
fool. This one took 8 years off. What the
Took 8
fuck?
years off. Oh
Like, you know, so it's like I feel like I gotta be there right now.
Right.
But what's your dream,
Right.
E.T.? What would be your dream?
Hey, honestly, it's crazy. I always wanted to be a fireman, bro. Like, those are the real heroes to me, you know?
Because you don't spit
Hold on,
fire.
listen to me.
Feel it?
I
'Cause he
feel like
spits
cops,
fire.
bro. Like, nobody likes cops, bro. They give tickets, take you to jail. Like, nobody likes cops, bro.
I like cops.
Doctors,
Cops are cool.
doctors, like, I feel like, you know, they have the, like, to save your life is in their hands, bro. But, like, the fireman, like, they go and get catch from the tree. Like, if the house is
Fool,
on
that
fire,
has never fucking happened, bro.
they'll go
Well, how
get
many firefighters have you seen get a cat
Oh,
off
but
the tree?
how many firemen? You didn't listen to the last part I said. Like, how many firemen go in there when the house is on fire and pull people out, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, yeah.
that stuff happens. Look at those firemen that burned alive in Porterville
Rest
Library,
in
bro.
peace,
thinking
yeah.
there was kids in there, bro. And
there was
you know
nobody
what I mean?
in
There
there?
was nobody in there,
No.
bro.
That's
And
And
they-
those
they-
kids got charged.
But I never even followed up on what happened.
Oh, wow.
Hey, speaking of charge, you guys heard about Cain Velasquez?
Ooh, man.
What
UFC.
What
You
happened?
know who Cain Velasquez is, Memo?
No.
The UFC
You don't know who
fighter?
King Velasquez is?
It's alright.
He's a,
I
he's
mean,
a-
I don't think so. I mean, I watch UFC, you know, once
It
in
was
a while.
he was a
but-
while back. He had brown pride all big on his chest. He was a heavyweight.
Mexican fighter.
Yeah, he was Mexican.
From here, from California,
I
from
can't.
San Jose.
I don't remember that.
Oh,
dude.
wow.
Well,
What's up
anyway,
with that dude?
but this is what happened.
Mhm.
What happened?
Champion. This is a former champion.
E.T.'s the
Wait.
one
He
that.
got accused of attempted murder, right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess he was. There was somebody that had been accused of molesting like one of his close relatives. So he seen this dude on the freeway and like got off the car.
Some Wild West shit, huh?
Yeah, bro, that shit's crazy because I didn't know how it went down, but yeah, he's fucked.
On the freeway, dog.
He's gonna
That's
do
crazy.
minimum 5-6 years.
Wow.
No more.
Minimum.
I could see him doing like
I mean, if he hit
15.
him,
Because
I
he
don't
actually shot at
15.
someone.
The power of
Think about
attorneys
it.
is crazy.
You don't
bro.
think brown pride is a gang related tattoo?
No.
oh, there's that
Like-
gang enhancement thing, right?
Like,
How is that gang related?
yeah,
It's not a gang.
Brown
No.
pride.
Is
brown pride a gang,
A lot of
though?
people have that tattooed. It actually. I
But
think-
that just being like having an American flag tattooed on you.
Yeah, like, you gotta have to prove that.
It's like a
fucking-
pride thing.
It's
You
not
know,
a
it's
gang.
not. Don't say fuck.
But he needs money, bro. Money will fucking.
Money can be the key to get out of that situation for
The
sure.
more money you have, the more they could look into what.
How big of a
happened,
loan
how-
you think he's gonna need right there, bro?
he qualifies?
Hey, you fuck, you are yo.
Nah.
Single or not
Hey, what's
single.
the wait? Is there a lot of competition? Like if I go online and apply for a home loan instead of walking into your office, like because I could do it from like my couch, right?
Right, and you could do that with me. Wait, well, you can do that with my application.
You can
too.
go to his couch. He said.
Órale, Holmes.
E.T., go in there for me.
Cheer,
That's on my
cheer.
other podcast.
No, but you got it.
I'm talking smack. I don't have another podcast. I don't have a podcast. There you go.
Nah, yeah.
Oh, didn't you
Not
say you
yet.
wanted to be a radio guy or something?
Bro, honestly, dude, I was like, once when I grow up, I'm gonna be a radio personality.
Like a Mexican one?
Like, I mean,
Don Cheto? Or-
Hoy a las 7 tenemos un rodeo aquí con Memo. Va a
Y le
estar
pega,
Rigo.
y le va, y
They
go.
all sound like
Quiere
it's a
verme,
fucking-
Chewy
like
Dibby.
it's an auction, bro.
right?
Yeah.
They speak hella fast, and you just catch one word or another. But
venga,
you know,
tell
they gotta say
remate.
something important.
Yeah.
Hoy a las 8. Hay
But
un
what kind
muchacho
of
se
DJ,
llama
What
E.T.
would
que
you want to
mató-
do? Just talk?
Just like what do you call it? Voice acting, I guess you can say. You know, where you're just different. Yeah, Don Cheto is a whole personality now,
Yeah,
but
we're
at first
talking-
he was just on the
I can
radio,
do
right?
that.
Yeah.
And I think whenever I was a little kid and I figured that out, it's something just clicked in me like that shit would be hella funny.
Because you're a different
Someone
person
Yeah,
while
you could
being the same
pretend
person.
it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, nowadays everybody sees your face too, so you know there's that aspect of it. But when it was just radio, it was like you don't even know what that person looks like.
'Cause
You
on-
hear them.
on
But
the
you
radio?
like his voice, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
And I go boom, bow, bow.
Vénganse al remate del Lindsay. Zapatos, calcetines, calzones.
Elotes con crema y queso.
Hey, those sell, bro.
They're hella bomb, dog. I can't wait. I heard they're coming back already. When?
Yeah. The
month?
farmer's market?
Yep.
March 4th, I think.
That's next Friday.
Oh, that's next week.
This Friday?
Oh,
or
that's
next
this
Friday?
week.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So they're back.
We might have to go get an elote or a
But the
papa.
first one's always kind of a little like, you know.
Hit or miss.
I
Yeah,
always
yeah.
go
Fucking
early,
workout,
fool, like
fool.
when people are barely setting up and buy what I buy and then jam.
Right, just like come through, get the papa, and get out. Eat it at the house.
It's because he says he's famous now that he's on here, and you don't want no one to see him.
Really?
Yeah, so he gets there when the enchilada lady's unloading.
Y'all want me to sign
Shut
up.
up.
Shit.
Okay.
No, it's because I got underground. I'll just text them and they have my food ready. You guys don't know,
Dope,
kid.
dope.
Then you get a couple of churros on the way out.
He's got all the
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is all off of the subscribers, bro. What have you been getting?
Nothing.
See? But
Well, you don't even
trying.
come up with topics.
Bro.
What?
Not in front of the guests,
Not in
guys.
front of the guests.
Make it all awkward.
Wait, mom and dad, please stop fighting.
What's a cartoon?
I'm gonna read what Tony sent me because Tony couldn't make it because of COVID number 7 or what is it?
It's COVID number
Number 5.
2019.
COVID number 5.
That was literally had 2019.
He's had 19 COVID.
It's been mutating in his body, huh? Poor dude. I hope he makes it out.
It's about a planet that they discovered. Fucking, did anybody read about that?
No.
850 light years away. That when it rains gold.
No.
That's
Really?
what
Sounds like some bullshit.
Tony sent me that.
That
My
sounds like
first question is, if you have a fucking telescope that can make you go that fucking far, how come these CCTV cameras with all these shootings and shit still look like shit?
Yes.
Because they bought them from
Because
China.
they're lying.
They got
It
it from
sounds
China.
like he
They
was
got it
on
from China. You see my light, bro?
Dude,
It sounds like he was on shrooms.
It's supposed to be a
Yeah.
motion censored light, right? I just got from China. And that shit fucking, it's a strobe light. It's like, ding, ding. When they're fucking, it's a party one. I got the wrong package.
it's not working, man. It's just like
It's because the sun's not out.
it's on China time.
Right
Right now they don't need it because right now in China it's daylight.
It only turns on when the sun's hitting it. The solar light.
It's a solar light. That's how it
You can
works.
read it. It got you.
Fuck, daylight light?
Daylight lights,
For the
dog.
the tents for the homeless, fool. That's what they're for.
Hey, so I want to know, bro, like, what's the most you spent on a meal?
On a meal.
Because you look like you enjoy food, bro. You like food?
Yeah, I do enjoy some food. Well, you
And
gotta.
where at?
And where
In
at?
what country though? This one's been
country?
around, bro.
Really?
Well, that's what I want to know,
No
bro.
way.
'cause-
Where?
I mean, I've done a little bit of. I've been to like China. I've been to Thailand. Yeah, I went to Japan one time. And
No
Vietnam.
way. What's it like in
Yeah.
Japan?
Japan is very clean and very organized, and the people are super nice. Like,
But do
beyond-
you understand you?
Some people do speak English. I went a few years ago, so internet was kind of slower still. But nowadays, with like those automatic translators, it's probably easy to communicate.
But like what do you mean some people spoke English? Like 1 in every 10
Well, it's
people?
like here, if you go in a different country, fool, you expect everybody to speak English everywhere.
Well, a lot of people
Yes.
do over there.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, definitely, English is like a world language. I guess sometimes people consider it that. Maybe I don't know. Don't quote me
I'll
on
be
that.
right there.
Hey,
That's
don't you
somebody-
guys trip out that there's cholos that dress like if they're from
there's
LA over there
lowriders.
in China and in Japan?
Yeah?
I've seen that online somewhere
Yeah.
where they have all that.
They have
style.
lowriders.
Palas and
Mhm.
And they'll
The
hit you
Pendletons
up?
or what they
They're
call those
fools.
Pendletons? No,
They're
I didn't see
China
any of those
fools.
over there.
long socks, huh?
Long
The
socks,
China
they're
fools?
hella
Imagine they hit me up. I'd be like, hey, man, you need to get
Hey,
up out of here, bro. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Hey, when you went, did you see the vending machines where you could buy underwear or no?
No.
No way.
I
Yeah,
didn't
what was something weird you seen out there?
Something that was kind of weird for me was that there are vending machines everywhere. I mean, but they have drinks, and they have cold and hot drinks. Like they have like
Hot.
aluminum cans, right, that are in the machine, and basically they're probably touching something that's hot, and it's like coffee, and it's warm coffee, right,
In an
out of a
aluminum
vending
can.
machine. Yeah. And an aluminum can out of a vending machine, so you just
Oh, that's just
Get
'cause
coffee,
That's
tea,
just gonna
stuff
get
like
you
that.
sick, fool. Because when we used to smoke weed out of the can, they said that's just gonna kill you. What's the
the
difference?
aluminum, right? I guess there's no fumes, maybe. I don't know.
How do you feel about marijuana, the weed?
I mean, you know,
In Japan?
it's in
Don't fucking
Japan
take
that
it
they'd
there.
probably, you know, put you in jail for a very long time.
No.
Really?
Yeah, hell
With
yeah.
some weed?
Yeah,
you gotta
hell yeah.
check where you go. fool.
We ain't
You
going
can-
over there then.
Nope.
And
You
what
gotta
about
be careful.
China?
Same thing.
What's
for
up
sure.
with the girls?
I mean, you know,
I know.
Little Chinese hoes.
dude,
Let them answer one question.
They have hella
It's 'cause we never
questions.
leave Lindsay, bro. We want to know it all.
Can they cook?
What about the lady boys?
They make me. Look, I just want to make me chow mein every day.
Yeah, dude, I
Or
had
it's
chow
cheap.
mein every day over there.
How much is it? Was it expensive?
It's not, no, it wasn't very expensive.
Do you drive on the wrong side of the road?
Yeah, no, I wasn't driving over there.
You ever heard 21 questions?
You're not
by
supposed
50
to drive.
Nah.
Hey, was that
Shooting.
You ever heard 21 questions by 50 Cent?
All right, don't try to answer any because we're gonna answer them ourselves. Ready? You can't drive there full because most likely you're gonna die.
Oh, and I don't have a license.
No, because you're gonna think it's on the wrong side.
Really?
Yeah, that's why people from here can't drive over there. They fucking die on vacation.
I'll fucking straight tell them what's like, you're on the fucking wrong side of the road.
Oh, you're gonna change the direction.
No,
Yeah,
you
gotta
read
teach
from
him.
right to left right there, right?
Oh, do you? So do you write like from this way?
Yeah.
No way.
I
Do
see
you?
No, I don't know. I didn't read anything in Chinese.
Chinese is up and down, fool.
So
Yeah.
crazy.
Uh,
You gotta wear your shirt inside out.
Hey, you know what? Here's a cool story. So there was this taxi driver, and I was trying to tell him to take me to a restaurant. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna show him this freaking picture, and it's got the address right here, right? Well, duh, it's like an ABCD type of language, and he doesn't understand ABCD language. And he looked at me, he was like, did some sign language to me, and I was like, damn, I'm stuck. So I was like, I'm gonna get out of this taxi and not go anywhere this guy takes me, because they just didn't understand it. You know how, as weird as it looks to us.
so you dined and ditched,
No, I was trying to get to the restaurant, but
but
this
you didn't
taxi-
pay him for the ride.
This guy couldn't take me, guy. There, he couldn't read it, dog. And I was like, all right, I gotta figure this out. Then some lady actually helped me translate it. She put it on a piece of paper in Chinese. That lady read English, and she was like, "Oh, you're trying to go here?" I was like, "Yes." I was like, "Put it on a piece of paper." She put it on a piece of paper in Chinese, and then I was like, "Oh hell yeah, I'm out." Started walking away, and I say, "Wait a minute." Went back, and I go, "This is where I'm staying. Can you write it here?" And on the other side of the paper, she wrote how to get back to the hotel. So as soon as I got outside, I was like, "Taxi," and he was like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Take me here," and he took me there. And then when I was over there, I almost lost the paper.
Nah. Hey, but at that point, it wasn't fun no more, huh?
Dude, I was tripping because you're at a Chinese ass restaurant and nobody's talking English. Like nobody speaks
You
English.
probably went to a hole in the wall place, huh?
It was just some random Chinese restaurant.
It wasn't like a chain.
It
Bro,
wasn't a chain.
were you by yourself?
Yeah, dude, I was by myself, so I was like, dang, what am I gonna do? Who am I gonna call?
Hey,
you
props. That's crazy, bro.
Well,
how
I
do
mean,
you
man.
just go? How do you?
Yeah.
How do you just bounce and say I'm going to China solo?
Well, it was with it was with my significant other at the time, but yeah.
Love story. Love story.
I just found me a Chinese girl.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was.
Wait, she was a Japanese girl.
No.
China.
China girl. No.
Chinese girl?
No. It was
Black
just some place
China?
we just decided to go. I was like, oh, there you go. So whenever I was you know how I was saying talking about working at the bank.
Yeah.
So after after the bank, I got fired from the bank because it was a sales job and I wasn't selling credit cards to people in Lindsay, right? Because I don't know, not
All the 10 people had one already.
Yeah, everybody had a credit card. So then I got fired from that job, and then I became a car salesman for a little bit. Yeah,
Fired.
dude. It was like a write up. Like, all right, sorry.
Right up?
Yeah.
For not selling enough cards?
It was not meeting the quota. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you weren't trying hard enough.
I guess that's
Well,
what
how
they
many
were
people
saying.
are gonna get a credit card here in this town? That's probably why they closed this bank.
You know what I'm saying? Now this bank's not even here, so there it kind of goes to show you. You know what I mean? But it was whatever. The next day I was selling cars. You know, I started selling cars with my homie Diego, and he's still actually selling cars. What's up, Diego?
Hey,
Hey, what up, Diego?
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
did you get your license?
Hola, Diego.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I went to the DMV that day that I got let go in the morning. It was funny. I got to work, and I'm trying to log into the computer, dog, and it's like enter. It's like sorry, not incorrect. It's typing.
You have
typing.
been
They did you like that?
Dude, that's how they have to
locked
do
you
you.
out.
That's how they have to
Yeah.
do you. You feel me? So I was like, all right, fuck it. I kind of was expecting it because, like I said, they did
They're
write you
bumming
up.
it, huh?
I mean, I was like, dude,
They're writing you up for like what?
for
Oh,
not.
you stepped on gum.
It was like, okay, look, at the end of the month, this is your sales. You know, you didn't make quota. At the end of the month, so then at the end of the day, I was like, all right, I got to get a different job. So going back to the motivation of why China, why those places, it was just one day where the car salesman people were giving the motivational speech about, you gotta complete your dream and some random thing like that. And I was like, my dream ain't to own a car. My dream is to travel. So I was like, I'm gonna get out of here. And I booked the flight for a month in advance. And I was like, let's get out of here, dog. You gotta figure out what's out there. Probably at the time maybe about.
Don't tell me you gave yourself a long way.
No, it was just savings. It was just savings. I mean, to be honest, shout out to my parents, dog. They were like, okay, mijo, come back to the house. I was saving a lot of money. And then all of a sudden it was like, damn, I want to do something with this money. So it might have been like 6,000, 7,000,
Is that worth a lot in China or Japan? Like, is the money difference?
The flight is kind of pricey.
Is the money difference though? Like, can
for
you
sure.
buy more with American money?
Yeah, it goes a long way in definitely in Thailand and in Vietnam. Japan is almost about the same. China is maybe about the same, maybe a little bit less. But you could definitely just budget yourself out. You don't have to actually go out and spend $100 on every meal. You feel me? You could go to the corner and get some noodles from some random spot and pray to God you don't get no kind of runs. You feel me?
You get a little bit of bat in it.
A little bit of COVID-19. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, dog. I mean, but you may have that budget to say, I'm only going to eat at the hotel and I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to. So that's cool too. But at that time in my life, I was like, I'm going to kind of do it halfway. So we had fancy dinners and we had cool meals. And
that's always cool like that.
Yeah, it's definitely something that you should, think about and make it a goal, in my opinion.
The best I was just in Vegas and I won $2,000 on roulette.
Ballin'.
And then I went to Hell's Kitchen. I was all stoned, bro. Smoking a blunt down the
Hell's Kitchen, where that
down the strip.
Is that where the guy goes?
Gordon
like
Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay.
That's the fool that likes to cuss a lot, right?
Yeah, the mean guy.
The mean guy, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm over here all smoking, like, fuck it, I just won. We're like, let's go to Hell's Kitchen. And we go, and he's like, oh, you have to make a reservation. I told him, bro, it's just us two, and I hand him $100. And this fool's like, come on. And we go, and I'm right there all dressed, all get up. We're fucking right there all stoned. Everybody in suits all eating it. Just fucking sit there. The best meal ever, bro.
Really?
Wow. Hey, pero fuck. The steak separate, the sides separate. They saw everything separate. Uh-huh. And fucking, bro, even the water they gave us, bro, I thought I was just high, but fuck no, bro. I looked it up. $50 a water bottle like that big.
Oh, damn.
What?
What kind of water is it?
0.5.
The one that Bobby Boucher had in the little vial?
Maybe. That's what that is.
Shout out Bobby. Shout out Bobby.
For real, bro.
How much you spend on that?
It was $180 for me and my girl. But she got the beef Wellington.
Ooh, yeah, right there they got the risotto. They got all that right there. You know what I'm saying?
Risotto.
It's beef Wellington.
They have that shit at fucking Pyology.
What's the most you ever spent on a meal?
Well, I mean, if you take all that kind of stuff into consideration, flying and everything, probably when I was in Guatemala and had this like bomb ass piece of steak over there, dude. It's just like something about that country, dude. Like the cattle they raise over there.
It's just fucking fresh.
Dude, they get so much rain that the cattle is like grass fed year round, and they're fat ass cows on the hills that you see. So the beef is like super tender, dude. It was like perfectly cooked, dog. Honestly, best freaking steak I've ever had over there, man.
How much was it?
Well, I mean, the meal itself probably, like $150, you know what I mean? For two people,
that's a lot.
Yeah, for two people. So I mean, but it was just that nice environment and everything, So definitely worth it. Steak, dog. I mean, I love. How do you guys like your steak?
You making me hungry.
I like mine rare.
Rare, yeah.
Medium. I like medium.
Medium well.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
charcoal. You're charcoal, huh?
Nah.
You look like charcoal.
I feel like well done. There's no juice. You know what I'm saying?
You like juice? You like to squeeze the juice out? Or no?
Yeah. You know what I mean? That shit is fire, bro.
I went to that place here in Visalia.
With some mashed potatoes.
The Darling?
Little dinner roll. Some salad. How about that sound? Yeah, that sound nice. Little glass of wine.
Red wine.
We need a personal caterer. There's no... someone that's gonna bring us food.
Cookie.
We have a
shout out Cookie. Hey, boy, Cookie. Man. We need need a sandwich. Where you at,
That's
man?
Chucky, fool, not Cookie.
Oh, Chucky, my bad.
Chucky from El Tapatio.
Yeah. El tapatío. No, el patio, güey. Hey, you know, we've been drinking, we've been smoking, we've been chilling.
We have a thing now where the guests are supposed to bring us something so we remember them by.
Yeah. He said I bought ET's debt.
He served DC with his fucking papers.
No credit debt.
I was like, hey, here's this for you, ET. Can you take care of it, please?
Yeah.
We're looking out for you.
Yeah, dude. No, I didn't get the memo on time, man. I would have brought some goodies. You know.
Well, you drink like 4 of those. We could use one of those.
That's why you gotta go.
Have me on again. I'll bring some for sure. I'll bring like a 12-pack or something.
Yeah. We're gonna have you back on so you can talk about all these people that went to you to get a loan.
Oh, I got stories, man. I got stories for sure. You got people that random situations, man. You get people get into. There was a guy who was on a loan with his sister. His sister had earned so much equity on her house that she didn't want to sign off on him not being responsible for the payments of the house. It's just a whole ordeal, you know. Anyways, this guy was pretty much at the point of closing a purchase, but because the sister didn't sign that, this guy's purchase didn't go through. Yeah. All because that house gained so much equity that she was like, that equity isn't yours. And his side was, well, when you bought the house, we went in equal parts, you know. So she's like, well, I'm the one making all the payments. It's my equity. He's like, it doesn't work like that, not legally anyways. And it doesn't, right? If you're on the title, it's 50-50 or whatnot. But yeah, man, I got stories for sure, random stories. Scammers? No, not nothing really scammers. You gotta be wary of that because you know we have our license and it's definitely traced. You know, so you gotta be careful not to. You know, that's what our job is, to make sure there's no fraud, there's no investment fraud or occupancy fraud.
Yeah.
All these things is what you do when you actually take your test and your license. But I mean, I've heard stories of back in the day when it was crazy how people would get loans so easily.
Yeah, well, like in 2004, 2005, 6, right before it fucking fell, there was people when we would do houses, on new construction, the loan agent would buy 5 houses, right, before they build them. By the time they built them, she'd sell them, and she was making $40,000 on each one.
Wow, that is a
I don't
good
think that was
scam.
legal.
Probably not. Well,
Maybe if she had the equity or the money to.
No, if she bought them, she bought them.
But sometimes people do that on loans. I remember being in high school. My cousin took me one time to a convention center in Bakersfield because there was this couple that was gonna talk about flipping houses, and it was just some random idea, so out of the question in my mind. But at the end of the day, all you had to do was go try to get a loan. And if you got a loan, then you got a property, and then the point was to try to flip that property.
Within a couple months, so you're not making all these crazy payments.
Exactly.
No, that's how
Exactly.
high the house prices were moving.
Yeah.
That by the
No,
time
but
they
look-
were built in 2 months, they were making $40,000 on each house.
But right now, bro, there's people,
Really?
older people that are down to sell their stuff.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So
You'll
you
get top
personally
price.
talk to these people and you tell them, hey, I'll give you the 140 cash, and then you get a loan for 140, and then the house is worth 220, and then you could sell it, right? That's how it works.
Yeah. I mean, if anybody out there wants to sell a house, definitely talking to a real estate agent would be your first move. You know, they'd give you more information because they're definitely, involved in the selling and buying of the houses.
But I'm saying, like me, as a regular person, that I just want to be down to fucking flip a house,
Right.
I go look and say, all right, you qualify for 150 in your position.
Right.
And then I go and I search for these little towns. I search for an older person and be like, hey, I'm gonna give you 120, for your shit right now, So then I could grab this loan, pay the 120, right? Get the house, and the house is worth the 200. Then once I pay him the 140, I could sell it for 200 and keep the profit, right?
Exactly. That's how it would work. I mean, the way in that scenario, the way of purchasing the house, could go that way. And if that's the way it went, then when you do have it in your possession and it's worth more, you sell it. You'll pay off your loan and you'll keep the difference. Right, so like people that bought a house, 3 years ago, 2015. Let's say their house was $215,000. Here we are, 2022. Their house is worth $293,000. They owe $200,000. So if they want, they could potentially sell their house for $290,000. They would have to pay off $200,000, and they would keep $90,000 minus whatever it would cost to sell the house.
Just
With the 3,000?
20%.
About 6%, I think, is what
But if you didn't live in,
No,
if
so
you didn't,
for escrow.
So they come out walking away with potentially
A profit.
$85,000.
Correct. Well, I'm not. It's like
more like-
6% or something.
No, but you could pay for escrow yourself. which I
yeah,
did.
well, but if you didn't have the house for 3 years, they tax you up the ass for it. They give you a right.
Well, I'm not sure exactly on
Yeah,
the tax,
it's
but
3
there's
years. It's
some
th-
kind of
it's-
stipulation.
But if you
on
made
taxes.
90,000, you know.
No, it's like 42%, fool.
But is that
Yes,
on the
it's-
primary residence or on investment properties?
That's on investment property, but it doesn't become a primary resident until you lived in it for 3 years.
Oh, there you go. See, I don't
Because
see,
my buddy just sold his house, and I
Okay.
told me they're gonna tax you up the ass, and that's when I found out
That
that it's
happened.
at least 3 years.
Now you have to live in it.
Yeah,
so that you don't
before
get
they
that
don't
kind of
tax you on
rate.
that,
Oh,
yeah.
I see. I didn't know
But
that.
think about it. You never used your money.
Yeah. See, it's not
So,
really.
you know, they could tax you whatever, but at the end of the day, all that's profit.
It
you
goes
know?
back to Uncle Sam
That's
wanting
true.
his piece. You
Yeah.
know,
it's still
like,
42%. That's why a lot of people rather just hold them for at
Flipping
least
shoes,
3
flipping
years.
cars, flipping houses, flipping everything is all the same thing.
there's gonna be a
It's
tax.
just a bigger portion, bigger, you know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely what they call a seller's market right now. Houses are definitely very scarce, you could say. You know, there's not a lot of them out there right now. So people making offers on a house are making offers that are, you know, a little bit more than what they posted the house for sale. It's just that kind of market right now because there are so many buyers out there right now with the rates. But see, it's going to be interesting, like we said, if the rates start going up a little bit more, what's going to
This
happen?
March, the middle of March, they're having a meeting for how much they're gonna increase it.
Oh, see, so you know, but it goes back to the thing, you
Buy a
know,
house before March.
Or wait a year.
or wait a year or see what's
But-
gonna happen.
Yeah, but like right now, like
sucks.
if like right now, if you're selling a house for 200,000 and I really want it, and I say I'll offer you 220, escrow's at 190, and if I back right, I have to pay the difference cash if I really want that house because they're only escrowed at 190, right? You can't loan more than what the
Right.
escrow's at.
Right. So what that means is if you go into contract with the seller and the house is 200,000, but the house doesn't appraise for 200,000, it appraises for less, let's say 190,000. What's gonna happen is there's gonna be a renegotiation with the seller, and the seller could potentially say, I don't want 190, I want 200,000. In which case, the buyer would have to have at least the difference because you could only get a loan for what the house is worth.
And
what
that's
you're
including
saying.
taxes and closing costs and everything. So that right?
Yeah, well, see,
because of the loan.
yeah, well, part of your down payment will be closing costs and down payment. So it's gonna be of the value price. So basically, you start at 190. So your down payment would be of 190, plus if you're gonna go 200,000 plus the extra 10. So it's so basically what
And
happens.
people are buying them like crazy. Like
Yeah, if you got the buying power like that, I mean, you're definitely one of the what they consider like a strong buyer.
So do you charge by a percentage or a certain fee?
So the company just pays us based on the loan amount.
So percentage.
Yeah, but that doesn't come out of the buyer or the seller. It's like the company paying us.
What's
I
the-
don't know the
commission?
details, but
It's by
yeah,
commission
it's
then?
commission.
Sales?
All right,
Yeah,
here's
yeah.
another question.
Yep.
What's the biggest loan you've ever loaned?
You know what? There was a cool one for like 890,000 was the purchase price. Yeah, it was a cool one. It was
How
cool.
much was that paycheck, boy?
Well, they end up doing what they call a cap. So you know your percentage doesn't go all the way to 890. Your after a
works
certain
for
amount.
somebody because all the time.
How much percentage you get on that?
At the end of the day, I think it was like 6,000, maybe something like that. Yeah, it's been a while.
6,000 in one play, cuz.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad.
Like, is y'all hiring?
Is y'all homies hiring or what? I mean,
Cholo-
like I said, hit me
Cholo
up.
need loans too?
Look, bro, I'm not gonna let you walk away from this, bro.
okay.
Look, man, you need to get this loan, brother. Listen to what I'm telling you here. I'm a good salesman.
Yeah, there you
bro,
go.
know?
There
What
you go.
loan?
You need to get this loan, bro, because You never know if you're gonna die tomorrow.
Yeah.
You
See,
might as well just do it now.
there you go. Sign right
You're
now.
gonna get rich or die trying. Listen
Word
to what I'm
one,
telling you,
son.
okay? And I'm not gonna stay here all day like the Kirby's do, brother.
Hey,
I'm
so
gonna
right
get
there,
you know, I got you in, man. I'm really in the
Hey,
middle.
we're limited on loans. You want it or not, bro?
Yeah, you know what I'm
It's-
saying?
Yes,
take-
but
take
that's
your
the
money.
trying to
Hey,
sell
then
you
you
this
call
loan to
yourself-
send and lemonade.
no, yeah, I'm sitting with the color. If you don't want it, you're the next
Yeah.
one in line.
Oh, you're in that red car? All right, just hold on.
Hold
He
on
says
real
no.
quick.
I'll
Flash your lights.
Flashlight if that's you.
Hey, but you see right there, who loans them the money? A millionaire, some baller ass for?
It's the companies. I mean, there are two government entities that are primary. When you start getting into like that CNN money and all that, they start talking about like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So that's in essence who ends up loaning the money. Sometimes it is like a Chase Bank or like there's different companies like a Cooper or like a Loan Depot, even Rocket Mortgage. You know, so there's different companies that could potentially be the company that loans the money. But what we do is make sure that the buyer is in line with being able to pay that loan back.
You make sure that their pay stubs
He's
and
like the
everything.
middleman that
proves
makes sure nobody gets screwed. Like this guy could afford this loan, and this company's good enough to loan it to you.
Yep.
And how much interest do they charge on that? Like 800, the biggest one.
Interest? So interest is just based. Wait, what do you mean interest?
Like the bank who would loan it, how much interest?
Oh yeah, so the rates, right? So talk about rates, like so. I mean, historically in the past 2 years, the rates were at the lowest they've been for a long time. They were like, I seen some 2.9s, some 3.25s. Right now they're a little bit higher. They're trickling a little bit higher, closer to the 4s. But you know, if you have down payment, there's always a way to try to get you the payment that you want to have.
So like that, how long do you got to pay that? Say I borrow.
Normally it's a 30-year loan. Normally it's a 30-year
years?
loan. Yeah.
Oh, so then
That's like $8,000 payment. a month.
then 4%
No
of
way.
what's 4% of
7,200?
800,000?
4% of 800,000.
That's how much you have to pay in order to borrow them.
Oh, so I'm not sure
That's
if
40
exactly
grand.
that's how it works, but it's 32,000. It's different. I mean, that's some deep like computer
Yeah,
math,
that's
you know.
like
You'll-
yearly or whatever, right?
Yeah, you'll get whenever you do get a house, you'll get what is called amortization schedule, which pretty much just tells you, okay, on the first month this is your payment, this much goes to your interest, this much goes to your principal, and so on and so forth till 360 if it's for 30 years or 180 if it's for less, you know. So for 180 months, 15 years, right? Half of it. So because there are loans that are 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, or 30 years. It just kind of depends on the payment that you want and what actually fits in everything. And you know,
$800,000 loan, you'd end up paying fucking almost $2 million.
honestly, when you get a loan
No.
package,
Yeah.
when you get
So
a
you
loan,
guys are like errands.
I don't know.
No, bro, because you
yeah,
can sell this shit and make more
now.
money. Aaron shit, you can't sell it and make more money, bro.
It'll depreciate, you know.
Yeah, you can't buy a TV right now at Walmart and go try to
But how
sell it
you
for
get
more
like
money.
890,000?
'Cause they're
Bro,
trust-
so we could be rich right
They're
now.
trusting you with that loan, bro. So they're gonna charge you that you're paying them. They're trusting you with that much money that you're responsible to pay
Well, what's
them.
up? Can y'all loan me that?
I mean, let's run the credit. Let's see where it's at.
I'll just save your time. No, we
Okay.
can't. There you go. We
How much
saved-
can you loan me? Can you loan me
You
like
never know.
$5 or
$5.
something?
I might have $5 in my pocket.
Hey, he qualifies 1,200.
1,200.
Hey, you should go in there, but you need an ID,
Ah,
right?
shit.
Tell them the
Okay.
requirements. What you need. If I walk
Look,
in,
I
what
got
I
a
need
bank
to
card with my name. I
Then-
got a social. I got a birth certificate. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
COVID card from last year.
COVID card with the shot? No.
Nah,
But don't run the numbers.
You would actually have to have we have to check your credit, so we got to see like your social security number, your address, your date of birth,
Check stubs.
check stubs. That's when we start looking at your income. We need to have 2-year history of your pay, so your taxes for 2 years with
I've
your
barely been
W-2s.
working like 2 weeks. and
2
shit.
weeks, damn. You need to have 2 years of work history, and
I mean,
then
I was on unemployment for a little bit. You know
that.
what
I mean, that does count. A lot of people
He was
ask
making
about
more money
unemployment.
than fucking when he worked.
Yeah,
I mean, if
I
it's-
was, dude.
I bet.
Why is that?
I've seen it. I've
Like,
seen it. I've
how
seen
come
it.
I was making way more money off unemployment? I got a job now trying to do it right, and I'm making like half of what I was making.
Yeah, bro. 1099s for 20,000. 1099s for 17,000. Yeah, there was a lot of unemployment last year, and if it's a regular part of your job, it's definitely something that could potentially be considered for income towards the payment of the loan. So yeah, I mean, definitely each person's situation is very unique, so you got to talk to a professional, but it's definitely something that's possible, if you want to buy a house.
So you need an ID, a credit, the 2 year. If you didn't work for 2 years, it's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be a little bit harder. Yeah, we might have to have you come back after a year.
Even with a bigger down payment.
Some loan companies do accept 1 year history. So it with the bigger down payment possibly. So yeah.
If I walk in there and I'm like, hey, I need a loan for 180, and I got 40,000 down, right, in cash. Do you guys say, hey, where'd you get that money? Or do you guys say, hey, you got to answer for this money right here?
So we do have to have the bank.
How the fuck you just gonna have 40,000 cash?
I've seen it.
Bro,
it's not
working for 2 weeks.
It's not that uncommon. Full Mexicans fucking save their money in the couch.
I mean, like I said, dude, these 1099s with 20K on them, people cash that out and hold it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. A lot of people, you don't know anybody that has 40,000 cash.
I know. Yes, I mean, no comment. I plead the fifth.
Yeah, but it's not like it's not rare for somebody to be like, oh, I van 40,000.
Yeah, but
fucking picking oranges, him and his wife having 40 grand.
Having 40 grand. And,
what's the fattest down payment?
I've seen somebody do, was it like 100,000?
Cash?
Well, it's in the bank. See,
it's money transfer.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, having cash, it's crazy. It's kind of weird, right?
Well, see, the thing
unless
is,
you have your own business.
Well, see, the thing is that this person had their house paid off, so they didn't pay rent. They didn't pay mortgage, they didn't pay rent. And every month they did actually save and save and save and save. Tax season came across, saved and saved and saved and saved, and now they got 100,000. They're buying a house that's 300,000, but they're getting a loan for 200,000, so the payment's less.
And is that considered an income if they rented their old house?
Yeah, well, what ends up happening is, it could vary, but one scenario could be that it would cancel out the fact that you have a mortgage payment, right? So it's not gonna count as extra income, but the fact that you have a mortgage payment would be canceled out with the fact that you're gonna rent the house you're leaving. Yeah. So that's a potential situation right there.
People could get rich off of other people's money.
Oh yeah,
is what I'm trying to say.
So they did. That's what the banks are.
We could do it right
That's
now.
what the banks do. They get rich off of fake money and other people's money.
Crazy.
We could be doing it right now.
You can't go to the bank and pull out 100 grand if you have 100 grand in your account.
It's gonna be hard.
A couple of days at least.
But I've seen a couple 100,000 at the bank too, when I used to work there.
Withdrawals?
No, just in the safe.
Oh, but like no withdrawals, like no back.
I mean, I don't know if we gotta edit that out later, but at some undisclosed bank I used to maybe work at. I don't know.
They're probably closed.
Hey, but
allegedly.
Hey, but do you dress like this to work or?
I mean, that's a cool topic too, because pre-COVID, everybody working at the house, you had your slacks, you had your kicks, and you had your button up. Yeah, well, even in
Macy's, bro. You go to Macy's,
bro. Do you
Where you get that at? Where did you even buy that kind of clothes?
It was that custom fitted from straight Bangkok, homeboy, straight. Custom fitted, dog. You guys want to hear that story? Tailored, homie. Okay, so the first morning I'm in Bangkok, you get up and I'm like,
Bangkok,
all right.
Lady boys.
Are you serious?
Dead ass.
Wow.
Wait, where's Bangkok? For the people that don't know.
But see, I'm talking about that was a few years ago.
And that was this is actually a bank, right?
No, Bangkok, the country.
There's a bank though, right?
What do you
mean? Working at
Bangkok.
He thinks that you work at Bangkok, that's a bank.
No.
It's not a bank. He thinks it's like a Bank of a Sierra, Bank of America.
Yeah,
Bangkok is a country full, bro.
Oh shit!
It's a city in Thailand. It's the capital of Thailand, Bangkok.
Wow.
Yeah,
you
bro.
ever seen The Hangover 2?
You know what? I stayed at that hotel.
No way.
I didn't even know, dog. I
Caesar's Palace?
Bro, that Thailand trip, dude, that's a story, dog. I get to the airport, the taxi guy's hella pissed, and he's like, oh, where you going? And I'm like, nah, turn on the meter. Where are you going, my friend? I got you a good price. No, turn on the meter. he's like, said some shit in Thai, right? So now he turns on the meter, and of course it starts off like at 50 because you're at the airport. So now the whole time he's trying to tell me like it's cheaper if you just tell me where you're going, and I'm like looking at the spot. So when he turned on the meter, I finally said at La Boa. And he's like, oh, La Boa, oh, no, turn it off. I'll give you, a deal. It'll be 300. I was like, nope, leave it on. Nope, leave it. If you turn it off, I'm not paying you. And then eventually he, like, took me through some, like, casas de cuota where you pay to go on that street. And I would get a receipt except for the last one. The last one, he didn't give me a receipt. So he jacked me for 100 right there, right? We finally make it to La Boa, which is that hotel in The Hangover. And I'm heated because this guy's trying to jack me. And then he's telling the people, oh, he owes me 50 more because I brought him from the airport. I'm like, no, I saw your shit and it started at 50. No, you owe me 50 more. And the whole time there's like a family that's leaving the hotel. You were beefing
in Thailand?
In Thailand, dog. Dude, it's totally like tourist safe. They got signs that say tourist police. If you need help, call tourist police. Yeah, dog. So I was like, I'll call the tourist police right now if you want. He's like, no, you owe me 50 more. Excuse me. So eventually they like shoved another family in his car to take him to the airport. So they got rid of that fool. And when they finally got me inside to check me in, they were like, oh, so sorry, this and this and that. We're going to give you a free upgrade. Dude, I had a pretty sweet freaking view out of that hotel, dog. Yeah.
And they are partying down that whole street, or they're street vendors?
Oh, down the street, there's vendors on the street. But what was cool too was like the rooftop of that place. It was that glass, like like in the movie, right? Yeah. That glass bar spot. That was nuts, dog. And at night with all the different lights, dude, it was definitely an experience, man.
Yeah, dude. Well, that fucking Thailand, that shit sounds sick. We're gonna have to get you back. Fucking,
right.
Hey,
you'll talk some more shit. We'll fucking.
Down.
We'll just chill. You got anything coming up? Tell us where to follow you.
Memo Lens on Instagram. Hit a follow. I'll hit a follow back. Memo Lens. That's the Instagram. Okay. I have the link on there for the application if you want to see where you're at. If you need to talk, hit me up. Set up some time. We can talk.
Hey, sounds good, bro. Next week are we having special guests?
I don't know yet. Are we having someone?
Oh yeah, we got Lace 28.
Oh, Lace, the boy Lace, special guest next week. Make sure to tune in.
He's a street artist.
He's a ex-tagger or tagger. He paints. He does paint nights, private paint nights, one-on-one paint nights, all the paint nights.
He'll paint your hookah.
If you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Give us a like.
Alrighty, man. Thanks for coming, bro. All right.
Appreciate you. Had a lot of fun. Man.